before any of
We're
the
live.
YouTube stuff on Twitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I did Twitch streams for like a couple of years.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. We got Tiny Tim. We got Kayfish and Pro. We got Washington Fishing Adventures. What's going on, y'all? Sorry for the late there. I get technical difficulties when it comes to the duo streams at times.
Yeah, it popped up the first time, and then it went to the video for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. And then when there's no communicating, like someone's trying to load in or anything like that. It's just a button at the very bottom of the screen that I have to click on. Is that Oregon Fishing Adventures? Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. I do not chase. Let me move my stuff here.
I gotta put this up in my little mount thing.
Both lead the way.
There we go.
I do not plan.
You need to take 10,000 steps in order to see results. You're being lied to.
Hey, Kayfish. Hey, Oregon. What's up, Kayfish and Pro? Hey, man.
What's up, man?
Do you like the new? Do you like the new video, man? I love that little piece you had, man. So I had to put it in it.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good new video. That recent one. I know. I noticed that my music comes through weird when I do my live streams. Like I watched my live stream back and I was listening to it. People said that it was fine, but then I listened to it and it sounded all wonky.
I will say, like, YouTube Live is kind of clunky.
Yeah. Hold on.
Uh-oh. You're telling me that I'm glitchy.
What? Glitchy.
You're telling me that I'm glitchy here.
Super echoing.
On my end? Are we doing okay? Everybody here? Oh, Lord.
It sounds fine to me. So they must be seeing it differently. But
log out of the stream, Washington, and log back in. Sometimes that'll fix it because it might be on your end, brother. Yeah, I think it's on Washington's end. All right.
Well, I gotta figure out what to do. I could show you my new net.
Dude, I want to see those rods, man.
Oh, you mean the blanks? You talking about the blanks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are we fixed out now, guys? Are we looking good? Am I okay? Thank you, gamer. You guys let me know if we got issues here. I really hope I don't have to restart the stream. How do I do the split screen? I gotta do a it's a YouTube live that we can do together. So I just send a link. And I'm always looking for people to go with. So my email is in the description. So make sure you guys just shoot me an email and we can set up a time and do a live together and all that stuff. So I like doing the duo streams. Holy shit, dude, that thing's nice.
So this will be my Steelhead net for next year. Well,
Hell
I'll
yeah,
probably
dude.
use it a little bit for some summers. And it's got a really deep
Holy crap! Is that like a custom thing, or is that like they sell them like that?
They sell them like that. It's called the Wild Run Edition net.
Hell yeah! What's going on, Robert?
So here's the blanks.
Oh hell yeah!
I got this one, which is a striker. It's a SS904. So it's like a side drifting. It's like a 9-foot kind of medium light side drifting rod for steelhead. But it might also be a good spinner rod.
It looks like it'd be a good spinning rod, yeah.
I've fished for this. I fished the same rod before, side drifting, and it was really sensitive. So, yeah, it might be kind of multi-purpose drifting and fishing spinners.
Hell yeah, dude. Blanks are fun, man. Do you know what brand they are, or no?
That one's a striker. This one's a striker. This one is a SM967. So it's like a heavy action salmon rod. It's rated for like 1 to 6 ounces.
1 to 6 ounces.
Yeah, and it's a 9'6".
Oh. There it is. 70. Oh wait, this is not. Well, I'm just gonna rock it 70D. It's a little light, but we're gonna run it anyway. I'm usually running like 140.
I got this 10-6, but this one's kind of a mystery rod. I don't really know what it is. It's a 10-6. It's probably like an 8 to 12 though.
Dude, I'm stoked on the deal that you got, man.
Yeah.
Like the Taco Cat shirt, says Tiny Tim.
Yeah, you see all of it. Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat. But yeah, I was pretty stoked on that. So that'll be a couple new salmon and steelhead rods eventually. But it's funny because like my rod builder, he's already building me a fly rod. That it was just like a deal for me to pass up. He had the blank for it already, and he was like, "If you pick components that I already have, then we'll make it for like really cheap."
You're like,
so I took him up on that.
You're like, I suppose I could do that.
Yeah, and then I got my 4 referrals for the first rod. So then he's building me. Yeah, so then he's building me a Striker 8.6 spinner rod. Throwing spinners and stuff. That should be pretty sweet. And then I got these 3 blanks to build.
It's an addiction, dude, and it's not gonna stop. It's like these stinking jigs, man. I don't want to stop making these stupid things. I just went out to my buddies, and I don't know if you saw that piece in the video, but I gave him just, a crap ton to fill his box with. I offloaded a bunch of them, but yeah, he's now fully stocked up. So everything that I got left over is just at this point excess, because I've got like 1 smaller box of jigs by myself, and then I've got 3 more of the big box.
Getting ready for salmon fishing too. This was a limited edition Addicted 360 flasher.
Yeah. Do you do much trolling, like the big stuff trolling?
I'm going to be getting more into it. Last year was the first year that I really did it. So got some short bush flasher leaders. King salmon fishing in the tributaries.
Fishing channel, what's up, man? Welcome.
Robert, are you talking for springers or for fall chinook? I don't have a ton of experience with springers, but I got some cut plugs.
Oh, those are nice. I got like smaller versions that I use for kokanee and for trout. Dude, they're the bomb. But I got this box filled, well, somewhat filled, and then I went ahead and I got look at, yo,
dude, hell yeah. So are those the same size, and are those the 3600 size?
Yep.
Okay. Because I saw that there's two different sizes of them. There's a
I've got
3600
both.
and then there's like a smaller. Do you have an
I've got
example
both.
of the smaller one?
Yeah.
I'd love to do a collab with you if you'd be down. I'd love to get some pointers from you. I catch some fish with you, brother. You come down to Oregon, Washington Fishing Adventures? I don't go up to Washington very much.
So, I mean, everybody knows at this point I'm a fan of these Kamagatsu boxes, but this is the same size as this one. So I've got like 4 of these now. But this is the one that I use for my spinners. It holds the blades and everything in there beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
I love that because, it's one side. And then
That's
this is the
3600?
Yeah.
You have your spinner then? Okay.
Yeah. That's the smaller one. So this is the one I originally used for my jigs just because I feel like it gives them more space.
Yeah. Well, that was my thought. I was thinking the smaller one might be better for my jigs because right now I just have my jigs on a jig board like that.
Yeah. So the smaller one, you've got enough there that the smaller one you should be okay. I mean, I've got like, I don't know, 3 stacks of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 20, 30. There's about 30 in here. So
nice.
And then they also sell like the regular size style ones that I use for like my terminal stuff.
Yeah.
But they're all the same, which is kind of nice. I love those G boxes, dude.
I'm gonna be trying these new VMC tech set bait hooks for salmon this year.
Love the G boxes. Oh, those things are sick, dude. I have some of those. That's what I use for bass too.
Oh yeah, they work good for you.
Oh yeah.
I've never used them before, but I looked at them and I noticed that they have like a similar bend to like the Gamakatsu Big Rivers, but they're like a little bit different. And so I thought they'd be pretty good for salmon fishing.
Oh, guess what? Ranking the lakes, I live right next to the ranked for crappie. Oh, damn, dude. In Missouri. My 99% sure is the highest I've been rated. And it's not mine, but a really popular lake, so hell yeah, dude. I've been trying to grind for the crappie hard, man, and I think the lake that I'm going to is just too cold. I just don't think it's going well for me. There we go.
Yeah, I'm going trolling for salmon this Sunday.
Are you really?
Yeah. I guess the bite's been. My buddy does, and he's gonna take me out. So it sounds like the bite's been picking up for springers. So we're gonna go give it a shot, and then if we don't have any luck, we're gonna go fish for some sturgeon.
Ooh, hell yeah, dude!
Yeah, I've never fished for sturgeon.
I gotta get down your way. One of these times I go visit my dad or something. I want to get down your way. I'll try and plan it to be like somewhere near like Steelhead in season, man. I'd love to come out your direction, do some fishing.
I mean, I fish for other stuff besides steelhead. You know?
But you understand, I can't fish for him up here, man.
Yeah.
Trout, hell, we can go whatever you want to do, man. That could be fun.
Washington Fishing Adventures. I wish I had tips for you for summers. If you watched any of my videos from last summer, I got my ass handed to me for summer steelhead. I hooked into 2, which were both on spinners, and I lost both of them. So, if you got any advice, let me know. I tried. I put in some good effort this last summer, and like supposedly it was a good run, but I'm
Streams are absolutely going crazy over here right now. Oh damn, dude! Don't tell me that.
my problem is I don't go where the like big populations of fish are, right? Because the big populations of fish are on bigger rivers, and I don't like to fish bigger rivers that much. So I fish smaller rivers with smaller runs, and yeah, it didn't work out very well for me.
I see. I'm 100% with you on there. Like, it's a literal choice of preference when it comes to fishing for on the rivers. I have access to large river and I've got access to smaller rivers. Oops, sorry guys.
Yeah,
And I really prefer being able to work a river more naturally than it is just what we call around here plunking, right? Where you just
yeah.
drop a line in the water and hope, you know. I'm just not a huge fan doing that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
you
just
gotta.
me though.
I have ADHD, so I have a hard time like sitting around. Like I'm honestly surprised I even got into trolling because when the very first time that I went trolling, I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was like a couple years ago. Somebody took me out, and it was just like boring. Like there wasn't good conversations on the boat. Like it was just kind of eh. And then last year I went with Joe and Shelby, and it was like way better experience. Like we just clicked, and like I don't know, it was just a lot better experience because like there was good company as well. So
Yeah.
even if the
Yeah,
fishing
that
was,
can change a thing. Fishing and more,
yeah,
what's up, dude? Fishing more. Tell Bryce I said, hey man. There's also great largemouth and white bass, also catfish, carp, gar. I think that's the most population of muskie that still live in there. Dude, that sounds awesome, man. You got some good fishing.
you ever see these
Oh,
things?
and walleye too. The hell is that?
It's called Little Joe Red Devil. It's like
Is it like a wedding
it's
ring?
like beads with like a Colorado blade and a hook.
Huh.
I think it's for kokanee or something. Maybe. This is all.
Something little like that.
This is stuff that came in that those random tackle boxes that I got that were full of stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That was a
Just
little
like
while back, right? Someone at your work?
yeah, somebody came into my work and gave me all this stuff. Like here's one of the same thing. It's just a bigger size hook. This is size
Thank you, Kayfish and
2.
Pro. Huh. Yeah, dude, I would tie that behind like a Dodger and just go for trout. Control that with trout, dude, all day long.
Yeah, there was some like night crawler harnesses. I never even heard of a night crawler harness until I started going through this freaking tackle box. Like, my definition of a nightcrawler harness is put it on a hook and blow it up with a freaking worm inflator, and there you go.
I just forgot the tail. I knew I was forgetting something. I got way ahead of myself. Oh well. Tailless one, I guess.
Lake Erie has some of the best fishing. Oh yeah.
9 people, 9 likes already. You guys notice that there's a new button up there too. I finally got that somewhat figured out now that we've hit our 500
So you
mark.
can do like super chats and super thanks or
Yes,
whatever.
sir.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Moving up in the world.
Wait a second. Where did my other phone go?
No, the video that I posted, I was like,
Oh,
the first time my go around about doing something like this, there's a bunch of videos like my crappie videos and a bunch of like the ones of like me doing my boat. I'm like, nobody wants to see this. I won't post it. And then I just ended up not posting. And I'm like, screw it, man. This time around, I'm just gonna just post the stuff that I do. And if it happens,
I
it
mean,
happens. If it don't, it don't. And just let it ride. You know.
I kind of like that video where you're like working on the boat and stuff because like a lot of people don't get to see that. Like that don't, especially like people that don't own boats like myself. Like I have a pontoon and I have a float tube and that's it. Like I don't have to do the same shit that you have to do to maintain a boat. Like I don't have to check and make sure the motor works. Like are my arms working? Then I guess I'm good to go. Are my, is
Am
my
I
legs
deflating? No.
working?
Okay.
Yeah,
Moving on, I guess.
as long as it's holding air and my body functions, and I'm pretty much good to go.
Dude, I had like there's a moment in there that you'll see where I talk about like my old motor and it died on me. It straight up blew up on me, and I had to buy that new Merc, and it was not cheap, obviously. And so then I got this whole like thing that connects to my phone, and I just been like driving my buddy Mike just absolutely up a wall because I'm like, it's going good. Do I need to choose this? Do I need to do that? I'm like, but you know, I think I'm going above and beyond because it was a brand new motor. I straight up bought a brand new motor and had that put on. It's a 2024 motor. And put that thing on, dude. And I was like, I'm not blowing this bitch up again. and I was like so stoked because I got to the boat time around and I was like, yes, I got nothing to fix on it this time. Clean it up and put it back away and get ready for the season. And then my cousin, you know, my buddy Mike was like, hey, so you need to check out the boards. And I'm like, fuck. And like, that's a huge undertaking that I've got to do next to that thing is like, I've got to now somehow, because there's no lake near me, I've got to somehow lift that entire boat off of the trailer. I can't put it on the dirt. I can't put it in the grass. I've got to lift the whole thing off of the trailer, take all those boards out, put all brand new boards in, and then somehow lower that fucking boat back onto the trailer. So you saw how I did it. I just kind of lifted one side, but I got to do it simultaneously. So I have ideas. It's going to be sketchy, but
hey, as long as it works and nobody gets hurt, right?
Yeah, that bottle jack that my buddy has, I was like, man, this thing's kind of creaking a little too much for me. And I got my hand between the boat and the trailer. I was not stoked about it. I will say that, but we got it done.
Yeah. Elevated Tackle sent me out some new stuff to check out recently. They sent me their new bead hooks.
God, dude, you getting sponsored up like crazy, dude.
They didn't sponsor me. I just ran into the guy Chad, that's one of the owners of Elevated Tackle. I ran into him on the river one day when I was out fishing. I made a video of it actually, where I was like hollering across the river at him. But that was Chad from Elevated Tackle, and he was like, "Yo, send me a message, and I'll get the package out to you." And so he sent some bead hooks. He sent their new bead stops, which are like different than the BNR ones. Like I don't really like. Yeah, I don't really like the BNR ones that much, but I might check these out because I usually just use the like glass bead with the sequin.
Yep.
And then they sent me their new candy apple red color.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, and I got their Steelhead pink in their transparent, which kind of has almost a color shift of like, can you see like it kind of goes from orange to pink?
I like that. That's cool. Like dual color thing going on.
Yeah. And then I got like a variety pack of their clusters in different colors.
I noticed that a lot of people make a bunch of different eggs. Is there really that much variation? And do you really feel like there's much of a, like when you fish them, you're like, oh, these are the shit, or these don't work as well as these?
I mean, I feel like clusters were like a really big thing years ago, and then they kind of faded away because it was like hard clusters, right? Like the Okies and stuff, which like I do have some of those, but I got.
Let's see here.
Ooh, culture pop soda.
That stuff.
I'm getting my first fishing kayak next week and excited to get the Pelican Catch 100 Classic. Oh, hell yeah, Tiny Tim. That's awesome, dude. Robert Y, you got a red tail? I mean, kind of. We'll just call this the Stubby.
So these are some like old
Oh, there's some
school
clusters.
pre-tied. These are the old Okies.
Hey, Dad's in the chat. That's my sponsor. That's where all
Your
my jigs
sponsor,
come
that's
from.
right.
I learned a new fly pattern, and I'm going to film and make it. Yes, Kayfish and Pro, do it, dude. Love to see your videos of your fly time, man. You truly do. Like, you got some skill, man. Keep making videos. I was more than stoked to put a bunch of you guys in that short little video I made. I was super happy, and hoped that you guys would see it. So.
But yeah, that's it for all the new goodies I've got, pretty much.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think I got anything else. Now I'm like thinking about it. I'm like,
Did you get more stuff?
no. I do need to get another tackle bag though. I need to get another tackle bag for my salmon trolling stuff.
Salmon trolling?
Yeah, like my flashers and my
Yeah.
cut plugs and shit. Like I need a little bag, like just a shoulder bag probably. Because last year I was taking my my like actual salmon backpack with me when I was going out fishing, and I didn't use like barely anything in the
99.
bag.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it's just like it's just total waste of space, like having this big backpack full of stuff.
Dude, I have said that more than anything else because I've got one boat bag. That's my bag that's just got all my parts and stuff for all my stuff that I use on the boat. I've got the trout, panfish, crappie, like my one bag that I use for all that stuff that can be used either on the boat or on the bank. And then I've got my straight bass bag, which you saw. That was my guide
Yeah,
select. Yeah. And then or my Plano.
Yeah, the Plano one.
Guy bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing I've had forever. That thing's a just absolute tank. There's no freaking way. I tried carrying that. So there was I was at. There was 3 different lakes, all right next to each other. Boom, boom, boom. And I was camping there with my wife. And when I did it, I had that freaking bag. And if I would have put it on a scale, that thing weighs like 45, 50 pounds. And the bottom of that bag is this plastic piece. And so it's got the straps. You're supposed to like walk around and like be able to like carry it on your back. Absolute bullshit. I don't know who designed that crap. There was no way that thing was ever designed to ever be used that way. It was such a marketing ploy. That's the one piece of that bag I would say is the most bullshit because I tried to put that thing on. All it did was take that plastic piece and just drive it into my like 3rd and 4th vertebrae and just sit there and dig every time I took a step, dude.
Yeah.
And so I proceeded to carry this thing around for like 4 days like this because it was my only option. And when I got back home, I was like, God, my shoulder and my back hurt. And I like took off my shirt. I had bruises from like here up, and I had one across my back, dude, from just carrying that stupid thing around. I was like, yeah, this is gonna stay as the boat bag 100%. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I told you that I tore the cartilage in my chest when this last salmon season because I had too much weight in my backpack. I like swung it up and it like tore the freaking cartilage right in the middle of my chest right here. And then I like almost got over it, and then I tore it again. So it was like two months of recovery from like tearing cartilage in my
Awesome. This is what I want. What is it? Kayfish and Pro. I might film some fish. Dude, do it, man. I watch all your stuff, man. Washington Fishing Adventures. I've been getting some unreal footage at Maui so far. I've been filming fish, turtles, and coral. Hell yeah, dude. I can't
Hell
wait
yeah,
to
are
get
you
over there.
fishing? Are you fishing out there?
In Maui? Yeah, he was. He was live doing a fishing. He had some connection issues, but he was trying to go
Oh,
live doing some bank fishing.
when was that? I must have missed it.
It was yesterday or the day before. He only did it for like a short little bit of time.
It was probably while I was at work.
Yeah. Dude, did I tell you David, you know who David Kia is, right? You've seen him a couple times here.
Yeah.
So he lives in Hawaii and he makes flies on his streams. And I told him I was heading to Maui, so he sent me a box full of flies to use on the island. Ow, that sucked. Hold on. He called it his bento box.
Bento
Look at this
box?
thing. Yeah. So he sent me like a pile of flies
big
to
ass
use while I'm in Maui. Like he makes some dope stuff, dude.
You gonna throw that on like a 9-weight or something?
Yeah, he said so. They call it whip fishing. The best way I can describe it to our terms is it's bobber dogging, but with a bubble weight. That's the only difference.
Oh, like
So
the water floats?
yeah,
Oh,
that's the
gotcha.
only difference. And then you just work it on a rocky bank. So, I mean, that's what he said. Some of these in here, I'm gonna definitely try for like bass, like this one here. I might try like cutting that tail down a little bit and use it for bass, but yeah.
Yeah,
And then he's got some clousers in here, but he sent me a bunch of dope ones, dude.
that's awesome.
Yeah. I gotta repay the favor to him, but I don't know if he needs any salmon jigs. But
Yeah, I got some of your jigs. I got some of your jigs that you sent me right here on my other desk.
Oh hell yeah.
Got this orange and black one.
Yeah, I mean, I was just tying colors, man. If you felt like one of them works for you, run it.
Green and silver. Yeah, I just have them sitting on this one-piece cup that I have.
Wait, One Piece cup?
Yeah,
Like
so there was that movie that came out. What was it? What was it called? Red? It was called Red. It's a One Piece movie. And they had like limited edition Carl's Jr. cups. And so like as soon as I found out that Carl's Jr. had One Piece cups, I fucking went and got one. And it sits on my desk. So that's what these jigs were hanging on.
Hell yeah. Washington says that's exactly the flies that he's using, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's whipping. Have you had any luck fishing yet, Washington? Look at the glow on those legs, man. They glow so hard they're glowing in the fur.
I didn't quite feel like tying anything tonight. I
That's
got
all
my
good, dude.
space
Laura's
cleared.
heart raced as Riven emerged.
Say what?
I got my space cleared, but
Yes, we can.
I just didn't want to like dig into all my shit. I just spent all that time cleaning my room. I spent like 2 hours cleaning my room.
Dude, it's getting to a point with the fishing gear, man, that it's.
I got a lot of rods, dude.
I don't want to say it because my wife's in earshot, but I might have
I've been thinking about selling
in
some shit like
excess, an excess of gear, but
yeah.
you know,
Well, I started realizing that there's certain rods that like I really just don't use. They just sit there.
Panic! What's up, dude?
Right? So I'm thinking about selling some of those rods off.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Like my Akuma SSTs, well, my 9.6 anyways, I'm gonna probably sell that. The 10.6, I'm probably gonna keep it just for like surf fishing. It's not a bad surf fishing rod.
No, you need something long for surf fishing too.
Yeah. So the 10.6, because the 10.6, the thing is like I got that because a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's what you want for fishing bobbers," but because I fish small rivers, you don't have the headspace when you're, holding your hand right here and you're trying to hold a freaking 10.5 foot rod up. You're like getting it all up in the tree branches and stuff.
Yeah. Bank fishing, it doesn't. It's a little much. At least where I like my stomping grounds. I call it my stomping grounds. It's just where I started fishing. It's literally off of my grandparents' old property. The bank is far enough away that I can use a longer rod, and then if I use like a tenor, I'm just float casting, and I don't even have to really lift much. I can just lift and reset really nicely for float casting, for fishing. But
Yeah.
it's gotten a little. So like I've said before to you, like that river used to just not have a whole lot of people on it. It was so far up north that nobody really went up there until a Facebook group got a hold of it called, it was like they share names. And
I know which one you're talking about. There's that like
Mhm.
Washington spot sharing whatever group.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden it was packed full. And now I'm having to pull like 3 or 4 garbage bags worth of stuff out of there. I'm seeing snagging gear that I've never seen on that river before. It's kind of a sad day, but you know, I don't have any control over it, and so I just got to learn to let live, But
Yeah.
it still sucks to see because, like I said, I grew up on that river. It's, it's sad to see.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Totally get it.
All right, we're gonna do an orange on orange for this one. Boo! What the heck? Manic Adventure. Hey, Kayfish Adventures and guests. Manic, this is Oregon Fishing Adventures. Really cool dude. Oh, I think I got him in the description.
Yeah.
I was gonna put him on the. Actually, give me a second, guys. You just reminded me of that. I'm so sorry, Oregon. Hold on 1 second.
You should be able to do ! Oregon in the chat, and it should pop up my my channel. But also Washington Fishing Adventures. Definitely stay tuned. I'm probably gonna sell a 9.6 Akuma SST, and I'm thinking about selling my Talon rod too. Honestly, it's also a 9.6. It's a 10 to 15 pound. But I'm thinking about selling the Talon.
She might.
Well, I paid for it on payment, so I paid a little over 200 for it, but they're 200 on the site. So I'd probably try to sell it for like 200 or close to that if I can, just to like kind of recoup some money. Because I think I paid like 246 total. I think I can look 1 second. Because it had interest on it because I made payments over like a year.
Sorry, guys. I'm just setting it up so that way when you guys type in guest, it's going to pop up with Oregon's channel here. So just give me a minute. I was not
Yeah,
my usual self and was not ready tonight. I got a little bit lazy.
so I paid $253.32 total for it for the Talon. The only thing, the thing is like the Talon has a really soft tip, and I don't love that a ton. Like, I have other rods that can throw the same weight but don't have as soft of a tip, but it has a good backbone. It reminds me of, like, have you ever fished a St. Croix rod?
Yes. Yeah, I've
So
had
you know
two.
how like you know how like St. Croix, they like make their butt section with a different material than their tip section?
Yes.
And so like they have softer tips. At least from what I've experienced on a lot of St. Croix, they have a softer tip and then a really stiff backbone. That's what the Talon's like. So it's just like softer tip, lots of backbone. But it's not a bad rod. It's just probably not my favorite. And now that I got this striker blank, this 9-foot one right here, this blank, once it gets built, will almost without a doubt replace the Talon. So
Okay. There we go, guys. Now when you do guest, it should pop up with not ugly flies, but with Oregon.
Hyaluronic body wash. With vitamin B3 complex, it's really hydrating.
It should.
My skin is visibly improved.
Might take a minute, Washington, but I appreciate it. Thank you, dude.
It's Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash and Lotion.
Sometime Kayfish, you should make some little flies. I want to make some little flies, Kayfish and Pro. I do, and I want to know. Maybe in one of your videos, show me what it is all that you have gear-wise, and I will help you try and figure out what flies we can make with what you have available to you, brother. Because I know you got limited supplies, so.
well, and I have a bunch of stuff for like small flies too, because that's mostly what I tie. So like, if you're looking for really good tungsten, like slotted tungsten, Dripstone is awesome. They have really good tolerances, which is why I like them. Because some of the other companies, where like you might find them for super cheap, I've learned that they have really, really sloppy tolerances. So you have to build up like a massive freaking thread dam right up against the bead to lock it in. Where these, like, you very minimal wraps to get it to like actually lock into place. So I like to use those, and like for cheap hooks, if you need a source of cheap hooks, there's a website called Blue Wing Olive. I don't know if you've heard of it, but
Blooming Olive?
Blue Wing Olive, yeah. Yeah, Blue Wing Olive, like the bug. But they actually have some really, really good value hooks that I like. So I've been using them for a while, and the jig hooks.
To Oregon? I figured you were, man.
Let's see, maybe I can show you the comparison here. It's kind of hard to show, but so let's see. So as you can see, this little tiny hook. Oh,
holy crap!
Focus. It's a size 16, but it doesn't want to focus on it. Anyways, these are hammock hooks, and they're a lot more expensive. But I found that these Blue Wing Olive ones have like the same bend, the same design. They have the extra wide gap. But yeah.
Hell yeah! I'll check those out.
And these are barbless hooks, but I also have I have these stonefly hooks.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those. I got to learn. I've been trying to tie up a bunch of stuff like that, like some chronomids and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, and then I got another thing of stonefly hooks. These are size 12. And these are some barbless dry fly hooks, which I have used. And they're also really good.
Finn
But they're
Gage to
super
Oregon
cheap.
Fly Fishing Adventures.
What? Thin gauge? I wouldn't really say thin gauge. They definitely hold up pretty well. I mean, they're not super thick, especially like, size 10s. Like, but I haven't had a problem with them bending out or anything per se. So I got the dry fly hook, the stonefly, the jig, the wide gap jig hooks.
Manic says he enjoys tying stoneflies. I feel like there's for me, apparently jigs are my thing, right? I love tying jigs. It's there's no way I could use all of them, but they're my favorite thing to tie, so I just keep tying them. David loves tying his big meaty flies. Like some people like tying like the super small stuff, like Villigans. He loves tying that stuff. I feel like there's you start tying a bunch of stuff and then you land on really, I don't know why, but it's just fun for me to tie. And then you just, like me, start filling up freaking.
Yeah. So there was two things that kind of got me interested in tying flies. And that was, the first one was there's not a ton of options locally for like a variance of Euro nymph patterns. And
Yeah.
I do a lot of dry dropper fishing. And I don't so much like using regular style beadhead nymphs because I find that the beadhead nymphs, they ride with that hook point down a lot of the time, and that hook point will drag into stuff. And I find that when you have a jig hook for the Euro ones and that hook rides up, you snag into stuff a lot less. So you lose a lot less flies. You're using tungsten, so the flies are getting down quicker. So your flies are getting into the zone faster and snagging up less.
I'm down for that. I like snagging less because I do it enough as I do in the trees. David, shoots, brother. What's going on, man?
What's up, David?
I'm back. But Kayfish, did I tell you about the new personal best crappie? It was 14 to 15 inches and 2 pounds. Damn, dude.
Pretty big
That's
crappie
a big
right
tanker.
there.
LOL, yeah, Kayfish. If I had a monster steelhead to fish like you, I would tie a lot of jigs too. Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody
watching another fish out here for me to go for, but I don't know why I like tying these jigs and catching the big tankers on these jigs is just too much fun.
Washington Fishing Adventure said, "Good job on that late chrome steelhead." Yeah,
Can I get
I got one more video.
Hold on a second.
I'm working on it tonight. And that is probably going to be one of my last steelhead videos, I think. But
no.
One more chrome. One more.
Dude, that
chrome.
one that you just posted where homie just absolutely landed one last second, man. Or right before you even started filming, man.
We were just chilling, we'd been fishing for a couple hours before that happened and nothing. And then all of a sudden I had broke off every single one of my rods. I had 3 rods tied up with different things, broke off every single setup. So I was taking the time to re-rig everything, and he ended up hooking up with one while I was retying one of the rods. So.
You're great, yay!
It was just funny. It was what convenient timing.
Yeah. I love the the panic on the bank too. It's like, okay, I've got the bonker right there.
Yeah.
And the bleeder. Fish was almost damn near jumping out of the net, man. Those steelhead got so much fight in them. I mean, like salmon got fight, but they're just more mass, right? They're more body mass. Steelhead, they have the ability to just run, and I think that's the addictive part of them is they just like to run.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and it's especially when they run and then they jump while they're running. And that's wild, dude. You're like, your line's just like cannot stop it. You're like, yeah.
I've only ever caught one steely, but it was probably the best catch I've ever had. It was absolutely insane, and I remember every second of it. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Manic, I was float fishing for the last one that I got. I think I was running a bobber dogger, actually.
Honestly, Manic, in our area, or at least it's in my area, it depends on the day, man. Like some days the fly fishing dudes will just murder it when it comes to the salmon stuff. And then there'll be other days where the float guys will murder it. And then there'll be guys that the jig guys are just killing it. And like
Yeah.
me personally, I try and carry as much gear as I possibly can so that way I can adapt to the day. But the only one that I don't do is I either go with spinning gear or I go with fly fishing gear. And it's like, you know, it's a gamble at that point.
Small jigs on the float or bait. I was actually using a bead. I was using a double bead setup for the last fish that I caught. Beads work really well. Really well. Like I fished the jig and bead setup a bunch this year, and I don't know what was up with this year, but I did not get a single fish on the jig this year. I don't know why. Like usually I always get a couple fish on the jigs, but this year I didn't
Were
get
you
a
doing that
single fish.
jig and bead method that you were telling me about?
Yeah, but not always.
Mm.
Sometimes I was running just a jig by itself. And then other times I was running the jig and bead. But like if I was running the jig and bead, the bead was the one getting bit.
Yeah. And so then you just switched to bead at that point.
Yeah. I mean, well, the nice thing is the reason I like doing that jig and bead setup is because the jig gets down. It's a more natural presentation in a sense, right? Than just like having the weight coming down through the water column. So you're using your jig as your weight to get your bead pattern down. And it's just kind of everything's flowing along. You get to present two different presentations. It's just like dry dropper fishing. You could get a take on the dry fly or you get a take on the nymph, you know?
Yeah, I mean and that's why you do it, because it gives you the best options to at least figure out what it is for the day, you know? Like if I'm trolling for trout in my boat, I don't have both lines doing the same thing at the same depth. I've got multiple different rods doing multiple different things, figuring out what's going to happen for the day, and then just adapt that way. Like, so you can get a 2-pole endorsement. Like this is just what I do when like trout comes up. Like when I go to my 2-pole endorsement, I just go out and I got on my boat, I run a certain speed, and then what I do is I've got one rod that I put out like 30 poles, whatever, with a quarter ounce weight, and let that drop down to whatever that's going to sit at. And then I'll have another one with a little bit less weight, and then maybe like a gang troll instead of a flasher, and then a different wedding ring, and then just mixing it all up till whichever one bites. Usually one will bite within the first 10 minutes. And then after that, I'm like, okay, so that's the depth. And then I just change out the gear at that. And then I bring everything up to that depth and then figure out what gear works the best for that depth. And then I get 5 or 6 boats following me the rest of the day.
Right.
Because we're just murdering and everybody else just can't seem to catch nothing. So
like fishing at the hatchery, and as soon as you hook one, fucking 3 dudes come walking down to fish the same hole. Really, guys? Yep. I mean, dude, I literally had one guy push me out of my hole that I was fishing this, like, in the middle of March. there was barely anybody on the river, and I was fishing like one of the popular spots. I already put out the video for that. I think it was like 2 videos ago or something. But I like broke off and I had to retie, and so I went and sat down, and I'm like redoing my stuff, and this guy that was fishing above me and like keeping a respectable distance at first decided to walk down exactly, not like a little bit off of where I was standing, like literally exactly where I was just standing to fish the hole. And I'm like, what? And so I'm like, whatever, dude. I was like, I'm just gonna finish tying my shit up and like not trip on it. And like, then I got done and I got up and I was like, okay, can I have my spot back? And the dude just straight like ignored me. Like I asked him like twice and he just straight ignored me. And I was like I'm not gonna fight over a spot. I'll just go find another spot, dude. Fuck it. Small jigs on the float, yeah. I'm using like 1/8 ounce jigs usually most of the time for Robert.
I don't know, man. There's a special button that gets pressed when people do that shit to me, man, and then I just get loud, and then enough people start looking our direction that the guy will eventually move because he feels socially awkward about his shitty move that he made.
I mean, like, if I'm trying to hold a hole, I just try to like fish it like dominantly, like where I'm just like not really allowing it so there's an open hole for somebody else to fish it. You know, like.
And I know everybody out there, we sound like dicks, but I promise you fish in Washington and Oregon. This is how it is, man. Like you kind of gotta create your space. If you don't, you will lose it, and that's just how it is. Like,
and it's also easier with a fly rod when you're fishing a hole, because your fly line's like fucking So usually, if you're fly fishing a hole, nobody's gonna like come into your little space, but. I don't know. It can get pretty brutal out there sometimes. You got like 5 dudes trying to fish this one hole, and like you keep crossing bobbers and shit.
Yep. It's not fun at times. I will say that.
I mean, if people could learn, like, obviously there's not like a guidebook to this or anything, but if people could learn like an etiquette of how to cast an order, right? Like, you let downstream person cast first, and then you work to the person that's at the head of the hole. If you could just continually do that over and over, everybody could fish the same hole.
We all will catch fish, and we will all have a good time.
But it's always that one asshole fucking
inevitably there's one dude
throws right back in and fucks everything up.
Yeah, dude. There's always that one guy.
Yeah.
And it's not, I want to say it's not a fault of his own, but there is etiquette, and if you go out there with the right people will tell you what the etiquette is. Like, I have no problem if I'm fishing an area. I have no problem if you walked up to me and you're like, "Hey, man, do you mind if I fish next to your left?" Absolutely, come on in. It doesn't bother me, right? And then we get in a rhythm together, and we get to have a conversation from here and then. Not a problem. But if you just come up next to me and are like right next to me and start fishing just directly next to me, I take that as an insult, Yeah. Like, you just ask, man. Like, that's very simple. Just ask, and then
Right. And that's so much. And most of the time, like, if somebody's respectful enough to ask, I'll be like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the people that just like stomp in there like they fucking own the place.
Yeah.
I mean, like, none of us own the water, dude. Like, it's a natural resource. Like,
Yeah, and like to their point, like right, you can be like, "Well, that's exactly right. None of us own the water. That's why I'm fishing here, and you can just get over it." Well, dude, just we're all out here to have a good time, man. Just have some manners is all it is, dude. It's not even like, you know, okay, fuck
Yep.
etiquette. Just have some human manners.
Right.
So
Yeah, or like
better
and like
than
the
better
situation
you
that
than
day.
me. I give him a couple slaps. Yeah, well, you know, it's gotten close a couple of times.
Yeah, I had to actually open the live on my other phone because I noticed that my chat stopped.
Oh, the chat
Manic,
stopped?
yeah, on the where I'm live on the thing,
I
it
got
stopped on Manic's comment where it says, "I float fish a 13-foot light fast and center pin reel a lot." That is the last comment I can see on the other screen. So I
okay.
had to open my phone so I can
So I'll
keep up
read
with
them
the
off to
comment.
you. So it looks like
Well, I
Rob.
can see it now.
Okay.
I just had to open my phone, my other phone, because I got this going, so I can actually keep an eye on the chat and make sure it's not
I got two
being weird.
phones.
Yeah.
Orange and perk with a little bit of green legs. Beep, beep. I want to be better because it's got a tail to it. All right. Enough is enough of the big jigs for a while. I think I'm going to go back to my steelies. I'm waiting. I supposedly was going to get a bunch of white and reds coming in of the steelhead jigs, so I can tie up a bunch of nightmares. But
Yeah.
I haven't got that yet, so I've just been kind of holding off as best as I can. But I might as well just go back to. I got a bunch of other colors here I can use.
I picked up some
I
more
figured
chenille recently. I got like
Huh?
3. I think I got a pink, an orange, and a red chenille for doing jigs and stuff.
Whoa.
Do you use medium? Do you use medium or large
For what?
for like
Chenille?
doing steelhead jigs? Yeah, chenille steelhead jig.
So for the tail, I use the thin stuff, and then for the body, I use large.
Okay, I got some medium.
Yeah, medium works fine too. Whatever, but like I use this stuff. That's for the tail,
Okay.
the ultra chenille, because it's
Yeah.
real thin and real small. Well, I guess I've been using medium because I'm out of black and every other freaking color, but it's more of like a medium. Let me think here. Nightmare is white body, isn't it? No.
White head.
White head,
Red,
black body.
red collar.
Okay.
And black body. So you need red chenille, black chenille, and your slopping or whatever the hell that you use to. Yeah. Tomorrow you're gonna go fishing, Kayfish? Hell yeah! Good luck.
Good luck, man. Yeah, I'm all out of the black shit. Okay. Well, yeah, we're gonna use this.
Or just do a marabou tail. Marabou tail.
No, I've got the black for the tail. I got the chenille for it, but it's the body I can't remember.
Well, what do you mean by the body?
Like from here to here. Like the tail piece that comes off, I know that's black, small. And then the little cotton is red.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. Can't remember what the
It's
body is.
red.
To the Osborne's
Red.
annual neighborhood barbecue.
Red?
They
Is
yelled,
it red?
This year, I went to Men's Warehouse, so I'll have the
Okay.
best outfit. Use the good plunger, the big one.
It's usually more like just a collar around the
This is just a
top.
bowl of ketchup. If you don't change, my wife and I
Like
are going to
this.
yell at
Right
you
here.
again like we did last year.
Steelhead. Nightmare pattern.
Red, red, black, black. Okay, perfect. That's what I needed. Yep.
It just happened to be right in front of me.
I was gonna say, I know he's got one near him somewhere, at least within arm's distance.
I did.
Okay, I've got black schlappen.
This one's just seen better days. It's a little beat up.
I'm gonna use this as the tailpiece. And then I gotta find red body. I don't have red, so we're gonna use that really pretty pink color. It's close enough. Okay. Oh. 9 people hanging out. 9 people hanging out. Manic. I'm gonna.
That means it works. Yeah, it does.
You got the blue badge of honor, Manic.
Let's see.
After this fight, I'm going to go get this. I'm going to go to sleep. All right, man. Appreciate you hanging out.
Okay.
So, for these, for you guys that haven't watched me do one of these in a while, there's a little bit more pieces than my big jigs that I do. Ah! I'm getting my butt kicked by this bag right now.
I'm gonna try to take the freaking stream outside with me.
Are you? Oh, you okay? We'll see how well this works. This might be Oregon's last talk here, guys. So
I should stay on. We'll see. Because I'm connected to the Wi-Fi until I get outside. So, well, yeah. Let's see. Okay. I have a light outside too.
Oh, right on.
Going dark.
Bravo 6 going dark. Manic says he'll join you for a dart. Okay. So, micro chenille on the back end. And I'm keeping it really short or up towards the head of this jig. We're going to tie that in all the way at the front. Send that back just like so. And I'm stopping right there. That's as far as I'm going with it. Oops.
Okay. Fuck. I don't know where to put this exactly. I'm trying to offset it a little bit. Okay. There we go. To see if I'm over here, you can't see what I'm doing.
Okay. So we've got just a little bit there. The last of this is pretty much 90% shank. That's going to stay as is. And then I made a loop like so on the back end. Let's see here. We're going to find a good piece of schlappen here in black, but I don't know if I have a good piece of schlappen.
Schlappen?
Black. So it's schlappen. Oh, but I do have a good piece of hackle that'll work just the same.
Can you imagine the person that like invented that word? Like
schlappen?
Yeah.
I hate it.
How do you think they?
I hate it. It's such a bad name for it. There we go.
Like,
so we got a black feather.
The schlappen.
Schlappen. He was schwaded, that guy.
He was definitely schwaded.
Okay. Then I'm just going to grab the tip. So we're going in backwards like this. I'm going to tie that in just like so.
David
This
says,
jig is
"All Oregon right there with you." Yeah.
And then the last piece of it here is that pink body.
Starting with the ponderings already.
Starting with the pondering.
Like, what's life really about, guys? What's it all about?
Who are we listening to? Delicate Steve. Delicate Steve.
So, do you have more videos like the one that you did the other day with your dog?
Oh, the Kayfish videos. I do.
Yeah.
So, yes, I just realized I had not talked about that. So, yeah, that
I was wondering about that. I was like, is
Kayfish.
it just like that one clip that you have, or?
No, there is lots. And yeah, it was my dad. I mean, so Next Adventure, my dad and Deke both, when they were doing all of their fishing adventures, they came up with the name Kayfish, and that was the channel that was what they called their fishing videos. And they used a fish beater, and they were talking into the fish beater like it was, like it was a mic, and they would go around to all the different. Hey, have a good night, Kayfish and Pro. Later, brother. And they would go around to all like the random fishing dudes with this beater stick and just put it in their faces and ask them a bunch of questions. And these people would talk into the fish stick. They just freshly killed fish with it, so it smelled horribly. And they would just go around like, yeah, like, so how was the water today? And these fishermen would be like, yeah, it was great. And they'd be talking into the stick. It was obviously a stick, and they found it hilarious, and they just created all these different videos and whatnot. So my uncle, who is Fishbomb's dad, he actually has them all. So I've got that clip right now, but there is a ton more that I'm gonna start pulling from and start playing here. So, but yeah.
So are those on VHS tapes or something that you're like converting over, or like how?
Yeah,
What?
they were on VHS originally. They got converted over to DVD, and then I just got to take the DVDs and convert them over to the internet now. So
To import?
yeah,
That sounds fun.
yeah. I mean, like I said, that was like when I started doing this again, this YouTube channel stuff again. I was like trying to think of a name, and I had a bunch of different names in order, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use Kayfish, and I felt like it was fitting, and eventually I could pay homage to it, in some fashion or another.
David says he wants some Renzetti porn with both of our vices.
Absolutely, man. One of these nights for sure.
I thought about tying up some shit tonight, but I was just like, after just cleaning my room for like the last couple hours, I didn't want to like pull all the stuff out to tie up some flies just to have to like clean it all up after the stream, you know?
So the one thing I will say I've loved about my new schedule is for that exact reason. I'm keeping to Thursdays and Fridays because I can leave everything as is tonight, and then tomorrow I can just jump right back into this and do this again, and everything just kind of stays a mess. And then obviously like Monday or whatever, I pick it all back up, and it stays that way for the week. So
Yeah. Your
that's the
dad
way I've
said
been doing
that
it anyway.
most of the time. We did that trip multiple times, only filmed it once. Right on. I mean, dude, that's some like
Oh, he's talking
OG.
the one to that. Yeah, but there's tons of videos, Dad, that Uncle has.
Are you trying to kill us? What? Fiber helps you poop. No. Fiber bulks up stuck poop.
Was your dad just doing that as like a like home entertainment movie, or was he like
They're just fucking around,
trying
man.
to
No,
show?
no, it was just they're all just fucking around, and then they had they just kind of did their own funny thing, and like at one point they did like they had matching flannels, you know, and they were doing the show with matching flannels. I mean, it laid out like a show, but it was just for goofs and for fun. Yeah, I got to find the rest of them and put them in. Ooh, I almost forgot a crucial step there. Ooh. David, I did show off your jigs a while back, man. Or not your jigs, your flies.
Let's see.
Oops.
It's pretty nice outside tonight.
Yeah.
It was like 70. I think it was like 72 today.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it was nice. It was warm. Even here.
I think I'm going to go back inside. It's such a, like, I can't keep up with this chat on my phone that the stream's on.
I know, but only one Kayfish. Just messing around. Oh, okay. It was really funny when Grandpa knocked over the fishing box and everybody else cleaned it up. I was cracking up. Grandpa was, yeah, hurry up, guys. We gotta go. Oh, yeah. So the T-shirt you were wearing, the Boabadouche T-shirt. Yeah, I'll leave that for a story for when you're on here, Dad. Next, the Boabadouche story. My dad used to very much love riding dirt bikes and such. So
Yeah.
Never got into it myself.
Here you go. Here's some Vice porn for you.
Yeah, look at that. You guys ever want to know where I got inspiration for my Vice? It's sitting right about there.
Purple and green, baby. All the tools are green. Vice is purple.
I do like your little tool holder there.
Although I don't. I really don't. It's a cheap one that came on it came with my original Vice, and it's just kind of like sloppy. I want there's a hairline tool holder, or no, not hairline. There's a Renzetti tool holder that is like nice and comes right off of it, and it's like a bar that you can put. Oh, I want one of those. It's like matching purple even.
Ooh, I seen it. Yeah, and it's like a couple $100 for that thing.
No, it's not a couple hundred. It's like $60, I think, for the toolbar.
Oh, is it? I was looking at because the one that I saw was like a kit thing, so it came with a couple of tools or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bar itself is like 60 or something.
Yeah, and then there's a hairline product that is a hackle gauge and like bead size checker and all that shit.
Yeah,
and it's also matching purple.
And you're like, okay, well, I gotta get that.
It goes right onto your Vice, dude. You can use it as like a base plate, and then you can put the Renzetti tool holder on top of it, and then, oh yeah, it's just, oh yeah, there you go.
That'll do it. See, Simple Sasquatch Adventures. This is why I need the white hits. Gotta get cracking on those.
Renzetti Travelers, Manic. Yeah, they're Renzetti Travelers, but they're like the limited edition purple ones.
Yeah.
Which the limited edition purple ones come with a few extra things. They come with the material clip, which is not the regular Renzettis don't have that, and they also have an upgraded base. So the base is heavier and bigger. And I think there was something else different about them too. Maybe it was like the arm on them or something. I can't remember.
I think it
It
was
has like
this.
an upgraded arm. The jaws. I think the jaws were the same.
Are the jaws the same?
I don't
I don't remember.
I've had mine for a couple years now, so I kind of forgot. I have the box sitting over there though.
Manic, if you go on my channel, dude, I've got a whole unboxing of this thing when I first got it.
Same. Oh wait, did I ever put that video out? Now I'm
Well, don't
wondering.
do it now,
I
damn
took
it.
No, like I took a video, but I don't remember if I ever actually put it out. Now I'm like kind of curious. It would have been like a couple years ago. And it was definitely in my backyard. I don't think it doesn't look like I did. I think maybe I watched it and I just didn't like it. So
get
I
a
just never
Renzetti, somewhere. I've mentioned it a couple times.
I really love it.
Hey, hold on. Now that we're gonna get into something. I mentioned it a couple times in my videos and such about my sticker collection. I've pared down. I've been pretty good lately, but let me pull out all the random crap out of here real quick. Every show I go to or whatever, I grab stickers, man. That's addiction for me. I got tons.
Yeah.
Scientific angling, some Patagonia ones. I think I got sent that from Villigrins actually. And then that's like a big Patagonia one. Fish Washington. That's pretty fun. I got this gigantic addicted bass that I have yet to figure out what I want to do with this thing. It's like massive.
I got a big old purple addicted decal.
Hey, purple's dope. And then I like for Patrick's Fly Shop. So I got a bunch of stuff from them. And then
Come on.
Obviously some Maxons, just a ton of them. Maybe I should start giving some of these out. Ah, here we go. This is what I originally came in this box for. When you buy your Renzetti, you get a Renzetti sticker. So I really just bought this so I can add this sticker to my collection.
It's just a $350 vice for a sticker.
Yeah. I really like this. This is pretty dope. This is Patrick's Fly Shop. This dope little sticker they made. I thought that was a pretty genius idea. And then that Solely Flies. That's Villigren's channel. That's his business. He sells his flies under Solely Flies. And then I don't think I have an Oregon sticker.
This sticker.
You like this one?
Yeah, those are so sweet.
I gotta get you some of these.
I know you do.
Sick.
I need to get a logo done so I can make some of my own stickers finally.
Dude, you should. You definitely should.
I've been trying. But the problem is like I don't have the money to just pay a graphic designer or something to make one.
I did David's for him.
Yeah.
I could help you out if you want me to.
Because I had a couple people try to make some, and I just wasn't
Why did Amazon
very
spend
like.
$20,000?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I use Amazon AI.
Well, obviously it's got to be
I'm gonna show you
purple.
ways to potentially make money by pairing
Yeah,
Amazon
yeah. I
with the power of
mean, I'd like
AI
to have
without ever
purple and
selling
green,
physical
maybe, but
products.
I
And I
mean, even if
promise
it was
you've
just
never
like
heard about this before.
white and black, but I don't know. I just know it has to be something I learned because my original logo idea I realized was like way too detailed, right? And when you're like making a logo that's going to go on t-shirts and whatever
Yep.
else, like going too far into detail is really hard when you're like wanting to print stuff out. So I had to like kind of backstep and be like, okay, I got to like be a little bit more realistic of my expectations.
Mine's kind of a mixture of. I didn't want to just keep it fishing. I think Kayfish was enough of the name. I wanted to make it somewhere like because I like doing outdoorsy stuff, and so that was kind of like what I more or less wanted to portray a little bit anyway. And
Yeah.
so that's why
Well,
that's where the mountain comes from, and there's a little bit of wisp of water at the bottom,
yeah.
and then I like that the K overlaps the fish a little bit, so that way it's kind of like showing that K fish,
Yeah, that is
So
pretty cool. I like that.
and then I really wanted to do like a tie-dye shirt. I found a company now that I can sell stuff on here. We're getting there. But I found a company that does like a tie-dye shirt, and I thought this would look dope, like, just as a small thing in the corner. And then I have ideas for like, because I know nobody just wants my logo on a t-shirt. That's kind of silly to me. I'll put it here. Obviously, you're buying my t-shirt. I want to put my logo on it, but on the back, I was going to create some like fish art and just put it on the back as like a fish art. So it's not just like just me,
Yeah, that's the other problem that I've been having too is like I want to do more merch stuff, but like once again, I'm like not good at graphic design stuff. Like I have ideas and I'm like, "Oh, this would be great," but like making it happen,
To put it here, yeah.
yeah, to take it from my brain onto reality is sometimes difficult.
I'll put you Fiverr. Fiverr's great.
That's why I let Rob do mine Oregon because I was way too much details, drawing some crazy stuff, and then Rob did mine and it was perfect. All right. I can't even see yours. Holy shit! I need to like go to channel. Oh, okay. Is that it? The one right there?
What?
The Island of the Flies.
Yeah, I kept his simple, but he's Hawaiian, right? So the Hawaiian colors are red and white. So I kept it kind of that theme. And then he wanted the bigger letters and whatnot. I originally designed it with like some wispy letters, but he liked it kind of the big letters, so I just changed it back to big for him. So
I mean, what I've always told the people that I've been trying to get to do this is like I just wanted something that kind of like represents the name of the channel, like Oregon Fishing Adventures. Like,
Mhm.
something, whether it be using like a state outline or it just be like a mountainous region with like a river running through it. Like, because my original thought was like something with the mountains and a river
Yeah.
running through it, and then like a trail to the river, right? Because then that
You're
is
getting too
like,
deep, bro. You're getting too deep, bro.
right.
You got
That's where the detail problem came from. But I was like, because then if you have the trail to the river gives you, or the trail gives you the idea of adventuring to the river to go fishing.
No,
But
you're putting way too
yeah,
much thought into it,
but then
man.
you're gonna have a guy at the river fishing with the fish on, rod bent over.
Uh-huh. And then
Yeah,
somehow put your name in there somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
somehow. Yeah. That's why I don't have a logo yet.
I mean, I can throw some ideas at you if you want me to. See if something sticks.
Sure. Sounds good.
I like
won't say
creating that
no.
stuff. That's why I love doing my videos. Like I do the live streams, and this is fun. I get to chat with people, and it's a little bit more interactive. But I love making the videos because that's where I get to do that creative stuff and do all my editing and let that shit run wild a little bit. I mean, like the beginning of that last video I did, it kind of like is offset to the rest of the video, but it felt right for that 500 mark for me because I was stoked about it, So it was fun for me, and I like everybody that's in these chats has been a part of it. So I was waiting to try and get a live of you so that way I can get the snippet of you and throw you in there, but it just never lined up. I couldn't do it in time. So
yeah. No, I thought that was a cool little intro thing that you did there. I liked it.
I got David to try and say it, and then I got Villigrins, I got Oregon, I got Washington Fishing Adventures to do it. But I always had to go into the chats and just be like hyping everybody up and try and get a good reaction. It was like a couple times like, this isn't gonna work. Because I've had people's reactions in my phone, saved in my phone for, I'm not kidding you, like at least a month or two. I've been trying to like gather enough.
Were you just screen recording it?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
What was it? I was watching. He always does like the group chats. Damn it, I forget his name now.
Reef Robber?
Reef Robber. Yeah, I tried to get Reef Robber. I was watching literally the night that I was editing it, and I hopped on there, and then I just like said, "Hey, what's going on?" And just did my thing, and he just gave such a good reaction. I'm like, "Oh shit! All right, swipe back, screen record." Took that, and I was like, "Perfect." That was another piece added in. So that was literally that night.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, I like editing videos. Lives are fun, but
you know what? I bet you though. I bet if you look into some of my live streams that I've done where I'm like fishing on the river and you pop in, there's probably something that you could pull from that. Because I know for sure you've popped in and I've been like, "Yo, Kayfish!"
You did. But here's the thing: when I've gone back to try and find people's where those lives are, a lot of people will just like if you go through my lives, right? Every photo is different, so I can kind of tell which one was which. But there's a lot of them where people all the same, and so like I have to scrub through hours upon hours of video to try and find it. So,
I mean, I can probably look through a couple that I think might have it, and then send you a link.
Okay. Or next time you go live, next time you go live, just know that I'm gonna be recording when I come in. Yeah.
Can you believe it? Yeah. Kayfish is in the building.
Yes. All right, let me finish this bad boy up. All right. We'll put red on the tail. Didn't pass up the opportunity. That intro was sick. Yeah, Washington, I appreciate you doing that, brother. Don't pass up an opportunity. Oh, 100%. Never do.
I have to keep looking down at my other phone so I can keep an eye on the chat. But there's a delay between our stream here and this stream there.
I've noticed that when you're a guest. When you're a guest, it's delayed. So
well, when you're watching, because I'm watching it from this phone too, right? So this one's delayed from what I see here. Like this is like everything's real time to me.
Stardust, dude, what's up, dude?
Phone, it's slightly delayed.
Can someone? We got 15 people watching. Can someone in the chat just type in exclamation point guest? That way it throws up as Oregon's channel for me real quick?
But the chat shouldn't be Oregon Fishing Adventures? What?
Huh?
What do you mean? I don't know what he meant by that.
Oh, damn. Look at that. It got spammed. There you go. Anybody that's watching, make sure you guys go follow Oregon Fishing Adventures. One of the coolest guys around.
There might be a link or two on there.
They're what?
I said there might be a link or two down there.
Yeah, just one or two, yeah. The chat should not be delayed, Oregon Fishing. Yeah, I don't...
No, the chat's not delayed, but on the screen that I'm recording on, this one here, the chat's frozen. It stopped like an hour ago.
They delay sometimes.
And so I can't see any updates at all on that one. It stopped at Manic's comment about float fishing with the center pin reel or rod and reel. And so now I have to watch on my other phone so I can actually stay updated with the chat. Otherwise, I don't know what you guys are saying.
Stardusted, how you been, brother? God, rotary vices, man.
They're nice.
Oh,
Definitely.
they are the shit.
But it's funny when you like forget to use your rotary function. You're like sitting here doing a tie. You're like, it could totally be easier to just spin the sucker around, and then you're like, oh, do.
I get people
I've done
from
it
time
so
and
many
again.
times.
I get people time and again commenting when I'm making like my big jigs. Like, dude, you have a rotary. I'm like, I know, but this one particular jig, it's so hard to use a rotary on.
Been living the dream. It's easier when you have low standards. Hey, yeah, buddy.
Oh, we gotta go backtracking, boys. I got chatting and I just completely forgot to do this piece. So we gotta undo all of this. Fun times. I've been living the dream. It's easier when you have low standards. I love that. I must steal that from you, dude. It's great. When you have low standards, it's easy.
David said something about Renzetti's, but then retracted it.
He's probably Renzetti's are shit.
No, he was saying that they were like good, I think, but I didn't get to read the whole thing. I just saw he deleted it.
Ow! Hey, shook shark. Okay, well, we're gonna lose this piece.
Renzetti rotary vices are golden. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, the little gold on the end right there. See, golden.
Oh yeah. Mine doesn't get the show that it deserves, man. I just get to keep it near the jig or the fly.
Oh yeah.
David, I'm under 20 days, dude. Or at least, no, I'm closing in on 20 days. Sorry, misspoke. I mean, I'll be on the islands with you. I'll be on island time. Hell yeah, man. I'm stoked.
How long are you going up for?
I'll be there a week. And then,
oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I was gonna do some bank fishing. I might still a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. But my wife came in the other room the other day, and she wanted to show me something on her phone, and it was a receipt, and she was surprising me with a 8-hour fishing charter for mahi for sailfish and for.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
I am super fucking stoked.
You gonna make a video out of that trip?
Dude, 100%. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have the GoPro on for sure.
That should be cool. Look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully we catch, man. Knock on friggin' wood. I'm sure I'll catch something, but I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket for the sailfish. But it's kind of like a bucket list item for me to knock off for sure. So
That'd be pretty sweet. Man, yeah, that'd be fucking cool.
I know. I'm stoked, dude, and it's getting close too. So, like, I go to work every day, and I'm like, dude, I fucking don't want to be here. I don't want to be here at all. Like, you people need to go away. Like, oh man, I got customers, being customers, and it's like, dude, I hear the islands calling me, like, like your problems are not going to be my problem in a few minutes.
Their bubble flow Bella's double X tackle torpedo flow.
Yes, his bubble floats. Yeah, I was telling Oregon about those here just a minute ago. I will get a couple of those, brother. And then, dude, what was who was in here? Washington Fishing Adventures. He's in Hawaii right now, and he rented from the place that I was going to rent a rod from, and he said it was for a week. Renting a rod was like $100. Renting.
That's crazy.
I was like, bro, I just buy one then. Like, there's got to be like a Walmart nearby. I will just buy a rod. I thought it was going to be cheaper to rent, but no.
David wasn't in here earlier when I was showing the new Steelhead net, so I gotta show David the new fish pond. This will be Steelhead exclusive net. It's got a thick boy basket. But part of the reason why I chose this net, there's a couple reasons. One, the rubber basket. Two, the fact that the rubber basket, one of my problems that I had with my Beckman is it has that micro mesh on it. And a lot of times I'd have problems with fish rolling themselves up in that micro mesh.
Yeah.
And it really sucks when like you got a double bead setup and they roll up in the net, and then now your beads are all tangled up in the net, and the fish, it's just a mess. So, hopefully with this net, I will have less problems with fish rolling themselves up in it. And yeah, it will just kind of be better for them overall. But I'm going to get another Beckman for salmon that has like the bigger holes. I don't want to do the micro mesh nets anymore, just for that reason of them wrapping up in it too easily. But that fish pond should be pretty sweet. I can't wait to use it next season. Well, I'll probably use it during summer steelhead a little bit, but
I have a fish pond wood handled one, and I love it. It's got the large mesh as well.
yeah,
It's the shit.
David, I got some new steelhead blanks too. I got a 9 foot 6-10 steelhead blank. I got a 10-6 that I think is an 8-12, and I got a salmon blank that's a 9-6. It's like a 15 to 30 pound rod. It's rated for 1 to 6 ounces. Jeez, be a thick boy.
I know to like anybody that's not around our area, these look absolutely nuts, but I swear to you, these are killer little jigs for steelhead and such.
Oh yeah.
When they go for them anyway.
I need to like actually learn how to tie them myself. I've seen you do it enough times. I should know how. I just need to get the material for the schloppen or whatever for the tail, and I
Yeah.
don't have any black. I don't have any black chenille either.
I like
So I need to get
like
some
they
black.
say use slopping, right? But I prefer for doing these. I really prefer like sometimes for the saddle hackle.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it just lays better. Yeah, if I can get it to work. I've got a couple like really nice ones, but they're brown, and I wish I got black. But like the whitening, like if you know anything about this, like this is like a legitimate brand here. These are not cheap. This is a dual pack
They
of
definitely
no.
He's in the market for a 9'6" SST. Fair. Is there a reason why you want an SST in particular? That's pretty nice. I got. What do I have?
9'6" SST. I think that's what I got.
I got a hairline fucking half saddle right here.
Oh hell yeah, that's a good one. That's like a variety pack, dude. Of
No,
grizzly.
it's a half grizzly saddle.
I got this
But
one for doing like steelhead jigs too.
do a lot of jigging. We call it whipping here with light tackle. Okay. So I guess my only problem with the SST and why I'm actually going to be starting to sell mine off is they're not that sensitive. I like Fenwick better actually, and for like factory built rods, I found that Fenwicks have a lot better sensitivity than Akumas. At least the baseline like the Lilo and SSTs. For some reason, they're just kind of dull.
Yeah. Hey David, any of these ice dubbings you think you could use, brother?
That's pretty nice.
That gold one? Wait for this one, dude. I want to use this thing more often. I just don't know how to use it or what to use it with. Sure, I can get tips from some of these guys here, but this is called the hollow dubbing.
Oh, that looks awesome, dude. Oh yeah. And it's like a
cool.
long strand dubbing too.
Yeah.
Like this
very
is
long strand.
my assortment.
Oh damn.
I got these hairline. This is like the natural box. They're
Yeah.
all natural colors. And then this is my like flashier ice dub box.
Ice dubbing, salmon, such. Yeah.
I really like these boxes. You ever use these?
I've got one somewhere here.
Yeah, you just have like a little tuft of dubbing. You just pull that out. I really like them. I used to just do them like keep them in the bag and just pull the dubbing out that way, but now I just have them in those.
Do a lot of jigging here. We call it whipping here with the light tackle. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, that whipping pattern that you like to do, David. All right, guys. I'm going to start rolling it out. We've hit that 2-hour mark. So if you are in here right now, can one of you guys in the chat, my moderators, throw in one more time the exclamation point guest for me? If you guys are just hanging out, make sure you guys go check out Oregon Fishing Adventures here. This dude is probably one of the coolest guys on the river.
Thanks for having me on tonight.
Yeah,
man.
dude, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, you had me on a while back, dude. So
I was cleaning up my room tonight, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Thursday." I was like, "Kayfish is doing a live tonight. I should fucking hit him up."
Dude, I was like on the fence. My wife was like, "Are you gonna do it live?" I was like, "I don't know." And then I just literally as I was doing that, ba-ting, I was like, "All right, I guess I am." I was like, so
yeah.
All right, man.
Well, it
Stardust
just worked
Manic.
out.
Yeah, it did work out, dude. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wish we could do more people, man. I would have you, David. I'd have my dad on here. We just have a group chat. That'd be a lot of fun.
You can if you set up like what Reef Robert does. He has the
a Zoom chat.
StreamYard. No, StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
That's what he uses. And then I don't remember how many people you can have in there, but I know I've definitely seen him have like 4 people in there pretty regularly. I don't know if he can have more than that or not, but
Okay.
StreamYard, I think, is free. Not 100% sure.
But do you have to download something? I'm sure. And then I gotta, but then I have to do it via computer. Right now, these guys are only on my phone. So
yeah, no, I don't think you had to download anything. I think it works a lot like, because I've joined Earl's lives before and I didn't have to download anything. But I think it works the same as like on here, it gives you the live that you can copy and put in your chat. And then people just have to click on that chat link to go into your live, and then you just have to approve them.
got it. Okay. StreamYard.
So, I mean,
I'll check it out. Dude, we'll have a party up in here.
I don't know how exactly it works on like your phone per se, but you'll just have to look into it.
Okay. I'm down. I'll figure it out. These guys want it anyway. But 15 people watching. Anyway, like I said, appreciate you. I'm going to be taking it out. And then tomorrow night is going to be my late stream. And then that's when I'm going to be, for anybody on here that hasn't seen it already, but like I have in the past, once we hit that 500 mark, I was going to do some giveaways. So I'm going to be really kind of drilling down how we're going to do that. Don't think I've forgotten. I'm going to be putting that together. I want to do it in a way that seems fair to the people. So
you just got to give away a whole box of jigs for 1,000 subscribers.
I could do that. You heard it here first. Nobody clip it, but yeah, I could do that.
A whole box of jigs.
We get into 1,000. I'll throw one of these at them. I think that's cool. We can just do a whole box. Load somebody up. So, all right, guys. Peace out, everybody. Thank you again, Oregon man. Peace out, brother.
No problem. Peace.
Later, guys.